Welcome, Hanna. It's so good to have you.
Thank you so much for inviting me and having me as a guest.
Well, we have something in common I can't wait to talk about. You're an analog astronaut.
Yes, I am.
Let's start with where you're calling in from today and where you're originally from.
So I'm from Armenia, and I'm calling from Armenia because I'm here for the huge STEM Congress in Armenia, WCAT, where I will have my speech as an analog astronaut because recently I became the first Armenian analog astronaut in the world.
Yay!
Thank
Congratulations.
you.
Okay,
Thank you
so
so
how
much.
did you find out about the analog astronaut community?
Honestly, I always wanted to be like connected with missions, space missions. I wanted to be involved. I wanted to do research, etc. And I couldn't find opportunities suitable for me because I'm from Armenia, and Armenia is a small little country, and we don't have that kind of opportunities here. So there was a magic, there was a miracle. Austrian Space Forum came to Armenia to do their mission, Mars mission, and I was involved there as a ground operations support. They chose me. I had like many trainings there. It was a hard selection, and they selected me to become ground operations support to support the analog mission. And it was a really great experience. I was talking to analog astronauts, I was talking to the staff, and I was like, I want to become one of them. I want to be the first Armenian analog astronaut. And then I got the opportunity from Analog Astronaut Training Center from Agata. It's located in Poland, and they found me. They was like, "Do you want to join us as an analog astronaut?" I was like, "Yeah, that's a really cool idea." And I was manifesting, like I was like, "I want to become the first one." So it was a miracle, I would say. So yeah, I participated. It was a lunar mission, not Martian, but I had experience from the first one, so I was more than confident that I could handle it.
I'm so glad you mentioned Agata. She's amazing. She's one of the
Yes, she is.
directors at Lunaris there in Poland. Is that where you were serving mission control support?
No, I was being mission control support as a ghost from Astro Space Forum, but I was doing my mission as an analog astronaut in Analog Astronauts Research Center, which Agata founded after Lunaris.
I got you. Okay, wonderful. So tell me about your first. So you had some experience before because you were helping and supporting. So you knew what a mission was and you knew how it would run. And they probably very much appreciated you because part of your job was to keep everyone on schedule and connected. So you sounded like you were ready to step into the actual experience. So walk us through when you started your first mission. What were you feeling?
Oh, it was crazy. I was really scared because I did online mission before with NASA. I was a lead systems engineer there. We were doing L-space mission. We were creating orbiter mission to Enceladus. I was leading the project. We were creating that, but it was like it was student project. It was not the real project where we're doing the real research, etc. And here, everyone was so professional. Everyone had PhDs, and I was like, I was feeling like, why am I here? Why they selected me? And
Let's
then everything faded away because I understood, like, if I'm here, that means that I need to contribute. It doesn't really matter if I don't have a PhD or I'm not as skilled as everyone else. I will do my best, and I will like contribute as much as possible. So yeah.
you mentioned L space. Can you tell everyone what that is?
Yes, of course. So NASA with Arizona State University are creating space projects. They're educating students who are studying in America or they are involved in American colleges, and they're like educating them, and they're creating real-time projects with professionals, with NASA scientists, engineers, and I was one of them. And after the education part, we're already working on a real project, and they selected me as a lead systems engineer. We were creating an orbiter mission to Enceladus, and it was really fun because I never worked with Enceladus. I didn't have any idea about it. Moon, and I learned a lot. And it was like really great honor to. I was managing like 15 students as engineers, and it was like really fun. I have never had this kind of opportunity, and I'm so grateful for that because I learned so much.
That's so great. Yeah, Enceladus, pretty awesome. So when you started your analog mission, tell us about how many people were on your team? Was it people international, or where did you serve? And what did you think of the habitat when you first stepped into it?
Well, there were like many people. People were coming and going to Armenia because we are all volunteers, and we have like our job, our university, and etc. And we cannot come and be here all the time. Obviously, I was living here, so I could come and go. And mostly there were like 20 people. First, it were like more for the construction part, but when the mission already started, there were like us, ghosts, and analog astronauts, and no one more because our mission control was in Austria, and everyone like was collaborating together from every different places on Earth, like from Austria, from Armenia, some people from Germany. And yeah, first time when I stepped into Habitat, it was in construction and it was not fully completed. Yeah, it was just a building. And when I stepped, I was like, oh my God, is this the Habitat? Because I didn't expect that. And then we started to help the construction. We started to do the tiles. We started to do the electricity problems. I started to learn how to establish all the connections, and it was like really fun.
Mm.
I never thought I could do that. So yeah, and when everything was ready, it was like I felt like I stepped into future. I stepped into another planet because like, there was no Wi-Fi. We established everything. There was no one was around. And it was like we are in a different planet, we are in different space, and yeah, it was like extraordinary experience.
And what town was this in?
It was in Ararat. Ararat is a small city in Armenia, and why they chose it because from the habitat you could see our mountain Ararat, and it was like a magical scene. You could like see pictures in the OEF WF website because our photographers tried really hard to have pictures because it was raining all the time and it was so
Oh,
foggy, and yeah, we were trying to catch beautiful scenes, and yeah.
now one of the things I know that you study, robotics, was that something you got to do on your mission?
Yes, in fact, yeah, it helped me a lot because we were like working with rovers, and rovers are robots basically. So establishing robots, working with them, understanding the procedure, fixing. There was a maintenance of rovers, and there were like many rovers, but I had two rovers that I was responsible for. One was called IROX. It was for collecting
Oh,
samples, and yeah, it was a small one, and I was driving it. And the other one was called Makato. It was a huge one. It was like really a high-tech rover. It had camera, it had like lidar and everything, and it
wow.
was controlled with Steam Deck. Wow. When I was driving it, I was like, am I in the future? It was so
Yes.
cool.
Yes. What is STEM Deck?
Steam Deck is like a Nintendo control for controlling since the rover was high tech, it had like many features, it had robotic arm and everything. Just PC control was not enough to control it. We had like
Oh,
many different features and everything, and they established their software into STEM Deck to control the rover. It was like awesome. It was
oh,
cool.
wow.
I was talking for hours with the founders of the rover. We were talking about like all the parts. I was asking many questions. I was like, "Am I annoying?" But
Yeah,
yeah, it was really interesting.
that's how you learn. Asking questions on an analog is every day, right? And everything from like, how does this work? Where is this? When do we eat? What's going on? Did you know
Yeah.
did you know your crewmates, or had you met them just before you served with them?
I knew one, two of them. I knew the founder of Austrian Space Forum. and I didn't know like many of them during my first mission. I just came there since I'm like talking and I'm like really reachable. I don't have any
Mhm.
complexes in communication, and I'm just going and approaching people and starting to talk to them. Sometimes even if I don't have any topics, I'm creating one. So it was really easy. For the second mission, it was only girl mission. We were like just five girls. Yeah, it was a feminist mission. And
Nice.
we just bonded from the first second because we went
Oh,
to shopping to buy our food and everything. We're, and we were just like a family. I will always remember them, and we are talking to each other till now. It's already 2 months after our mission. We are just chatting in our group chat, and we are just sending memes. We are talking about everyday life hours. They are my like second family already.
that's special. And were they from all over, or are they also Armenian?
Um, No, I was the first Armenian analog astronaut on Earth and on the analog astronaut training center history. So
Nice.
we are creating a book, a little spoiler alert.
Oh,
So there
nice.
will be, yeah, there will be mentioned about me and my country and the mission and everything. One of our girls was from Japan, one from was from Poland, and one was from France. And later on the second day, there was joined another woman who was from, if I'm not mistaken, I don't remember already, but it was Mexico.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Incredible. Um, to do an all-female analog mission is really special. I'm so glad you had that experience. And did it surprise you, or was it comfortable, or did it feel a little like, okay, we could just be girls, like just relax?
Yeah, it was really special. And first I didn't know about it. And it was like first female mission in a history because there was no any analog mission that or any other space mission for only girls.
Oh, we
And
did,
it
we
was the
did, we
first
did,
one.
we did in
Yeah,
up
we did, but
in
after our
Hawaii.
mission.
Oh, after.
Yeah,
Gotcha,
yeah,
gotcha. Yeah.
yeah. I researched it. So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, but I'm so happy that we have this kind of mission. We have this diversity, and it was like really special because we are like um talking freely. We were like sisters, you know. There was a sisterhood, and we were supporting each other. We were caring about each other, and it was like I was with my best friend. I just went to somewhere else for just, you know, vacation. But
Uh,
we're also doing the research. So
that's
it
it,
was
that's
how
it.
it felt.
Yeah, the for all the women to be together, having that connectivity, but through space and your interest in space, it's really special. I'm grateful you had that experience.
Yeah.
So when you were done and the food is done and everyone's done, what's the first thing you did? What's the first thing you did when you guys were done with mission?
Oh, so we didn't have sunlight because it was a lunar mission. So we were like without sunlight for 7 days, without like proper oxygen, and the humidity was high. And the first thing that we did after the mission was opening the door. I have a video. The first expression of us, how we are reacting to that. It was like I felt like I was born again because I haven't seen like sunlight for 7 days. It was like, wow, we are
Yes.
alive. We are really living because there was artificial light in the habitat, and the real sunlight was like something like it opened our eyes, and we felt like human again. Like I'm on all, and I don't like working on, you know, on in the morning or during the day. I love working in the evening. And after
Me
that, I
too.
realized, yeah, after that, I realized that maybe I need to change that because it's so beautiful to feel that sunlight. And I started to wake up earlier.
Me too. I'm a night owl, but I have noticed those special moments in the morning. It's quiet, it's beautiful, it's slow, and
Mhm.
it's something very, very special about, morning sunlight. Also being on an analog, I remember the dreary, cold days outside and not seeing the sun for days and days. We had a window once on one mission, but on the next mission I did, there was no windows. And it really does change you. It depletes you from your humanity. You're like, okay, when it comes right down to it, we're biological creatures that miss sunlight. We must have it.
Yeah, yeah. I realized that after the mission, and I was like, I was so wrong. So I need to get more sunlight. I need to go more outside because I'm an inside person. I don't like going to outside and just walking and hanging around. But after that, I started to go outside more. I started to just, go and walk for like 15
Yes.
minutes in the morning, and it's like really life changing.
Yes. I'm so glad to hear this. Same here. I ride my bike every night when the sun sets, when I can, because we're about to get into winter and it'll get really cold. But there's something that changes you a little bit in when you do an analog, the way you use your resources, you eat, the water you have that's so little water, and you recognize
Mhm.
how special when we live our lives, you recognize the blessings of having these resources and each other. It's very lonely. Did you miss your family or your outside contacts?
Honestly, that was the only thing that I didn't miss. So I was like, after the mission, I was like, okay, I could stay here for 7 more days because I thought it's not enough for me. I don't know. I was really comfortable already in the habitat. The first day was like a little hard because I didn't have shower there and we couldn't shower. So first 2 days, it was like really hard to be like, you feel like soggy and
Yeah,
yeah,
soggy,
it's like a
soggy.
yeah.
That's right. That's
uh,
so right.
it's not a really good feeling, but after that, after 7 days, you don't care anymore. You're like,
Yeah.
that's fine. This is my
Yeah.
nature. I can be like this forever. And yeah, that was the only part that I thought it was missing for me to have like proper shower. But after 7 days, I got used to it. I got to used to everything. Like even the sunlight, even there was a really uh, sounds of the air conditioning, sounds
Oh,
of
yeah.
like yeah, that there was a maintenance sound, there was a sound of rovers and everything. And the first 2 nights were like really crazy. I was during the night in my dreams, I was seeing nightmares, but the other days it was fun. It was
Oh.
okay already.
Once you get comfortable with the surroundings, yeah. Well, I can imagine that the people of Armenia are just so excited for you and proud. Have you been on the publicity circuit talking to everyone in schools and public? And I bet everyone has. I saw you were in Vogue. What is that like as an ambassador now back to your country?
Well, it's really confusing because people know you, people admire you, people are writing kind messages to you, but when you're going outside, no one knows you.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I feel like just a normal person when I was like before the mission, before going to Poland. But soon I will have the WCIT, and it will be huge because there will be huge announcements of me, and I'm really nervous a little bit because we will have
Really?
panel discussion, yeah, with a director of Austrian Space Forum. He invited me, basically, and there will be like awesome people, CEOs, founders,
You're
PhDs,
an
and
awesome person. You are
yeah,
going to be there. We can't wait to hear from
yeah,
you.
yeah. And about Vogue, it was really unexpected because there was a picture from the previous mission, from Amadi mission, and this is a really funny story because we were on a hill, we were just doing our duties, and there was a little goat. It was just coming from up, and I saw him. I was like, "Where's the shepherd?" I was trying to find him because I know Armenian, and the shepherd obviously needs to be in Armenian because the mission was in Armenia. And I was trying to find him, and I understood that no one can go and reach the goat because I'm short, I'm small, I can like climb really easily. And I went up, I just hugged the goat and went down, and a photographer took a picture of of me. And she's working with Vogue. She has other pictures sent to Vogue, and they are selecting if the photo is good. They are putting on their website, and they chose my photo. And yeah, and the other day she sent me the photo. She was like, "Look, you're on Vogue." I was like, "Really? The Vogue Vogue?" It was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Oh my God, am I a celebrity?"
Yes, you are. And now you have to sign it. Do you have a bunch of copies and sign your photo?
No, I don't have the copy. I just have the PNG on my phone.
Oh,
But yeah,
we
but
gotta get you
I
one.
hope I will print it. Yeah, I will print it and uh, sign it and give someone on it.
We'll find it and we'll share it here on the episode. We'll find it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
when you're telling this experience that you had, what is it people ask you most? Is it about the food? Is it about the mission, robotics, about you and your career path? What do the people usually want to know?
Um, Mostly they are asking me like, how did you do that? Like, how did you thought about like going and doing analog mission on your own in a completely different country? I was like, I never thought of that. I was just like, I had the offer, I had the goal. I was like, I'm doing it. I'm that kind of person who has a goal. I'm not thinking about like small things, like how am I going to do it? I'm not overthinking it. I'm just like, okay, I'll just do it, no matter how, no matter where. And it was like really, you know. Really fun process of scheduling everything, getting visa because I'm from Armenia. I obviously need visa for them for going to Poland, and they rejected me once. They were
Did
like,
they?
"Yes," and they were like, "What are you going to do in Poland?" I was like, "I'm going to do research, scientific research." They were like, "Why?" Well, like, we need to do research. We need to go forward. And
Mm.
yeah, that's why we're doing it. Do you want? I will just invite you there. You can see the habitat and everything. And they once rejected me. The second time I applied, I never gave up. I was like, I will do this. And we changed the mission date like 3 times because first time they rejected me, second time they rescheduled my appointment, and the third time I finally got my visa, and that was like finally. And
Oh,
yeah, and
wow.
even on the board, I was flying from Germany to Poland, and they were like, "Why are you going to Poland? What is an analog mission,
Uh-huh.
etc." I was like, okay, guys, I don't have a time, but I'm trying to explain you like in one sentence. And yeah, I was trying to explain them that we're doing research and I'm not going to do there and not return back, because they're really afraid that I won't return back.
Oh
So
gosh.
yeah.
Oh my gosh. So now what's next? Are you done with school? Are you working in the field? Do you want to be in space one day?
Oh, so I study, yes, right now in International University of Germany, Robotics and Engineering. It's my third year already. I this close to graduate
Yes, you
from
are. Yes.
university. Yes, because I'm already so done with the university because I want to do so much, and sometimes university is like stepping me back because I have my exams, I have my studies and everything.
Mm.
I'm like, oh, I want to graduate so much. And yeah, I want to do another analog missions as well. And I will announce this first time ever. So this is a special announcement. I am founding an agency, a company, which will be called Rocket Space Academy, which will train analog astronauts to do analog missions. And
Wonderful.
we will do the first batch from Armenia. Armenians will become analog astronauts. We'll give them the opportunity to participate in analog missions in different countries, and we will fund them. So
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
this is
That's
something
incredible.
huge.
Wow, you are reaching big. This is amazing. Have you you have heard of the Analog Astronaut Conference that's here in the United
Yes,
States? We can have to
yes,
get
I
you to
did.
come so we can help support you and start your Rocket Academy.
Oh, it will be amazing. I would love to be there. I will see like many people who are like thinking like me and acting
Yeah,
like me, and we can learn from each other.
that's right. Exactly. The conference is, I think, now 4 or 5 years old, and there's so many analog astronauts, but we talk about research, we talk about preparing for missions, and I think there's a lot of people that would love to connect with you and learn about how you're gonna start Rocket Academy and how you have a lot in common with other people who are getting ready for analogs and the missions and what they mean, because there's a lot in a mission that is hard to explain to people. There's academics, there's robotics, there's the biology of how you sleep and eat and function. There's crew dynamics. There's a lot of parts that you do have to train for. And even if you don't get to train officially like together, you're usually talking on the phone, talking on Zoom, you're getting ready with your family, you're getting ready to leave, you're packing, maybe you're even starting research, before you start, before you leave. So that's really ideal. I would love to see that that works for you. I hope everyone who's listening can support. Can they find that on your website or LinkedIn, the Rocket
Not
Academy?
yet because it's in the development process. Since I
Okay.
said I will go to WCIT, I'm really looking forward to that, to find some people to connect and
Yeah.
join me because I'm all alone right now. But I have this huge idea which I'm developing every day. I'm working really hard to make this come true. I hope till the end of the year I will have already some great news and some announcements already with the website and everything. And honestly, I think this will be like a huge deal because besides like all those training and everything, for example, I got trained for almost a year and a little bit more to become an analog astronaut, but physically, mentally, academically, they sent me like huge materials to read, and I did many quizzes. I also have many certificates for that, etc. And I would love to have that kind of institution, agency who will help people to, get involved easily, more easily than it's now. And we will give them like this opportunity to become more, to make them their dreams come true. And I really want to do that.
And if you trained with Agata, then you learned from the best.
Yeah, obviously, because I learned so much from her. Oh, I want to tell about one experiment that we did together with Agata.
Oh, please.
So
Yeah.
Agata is known as a queen of kombucha, and she's making vegan leather from kombucha. And I
Really?
did that experiment too. Yeah, imagine how can we make this leather production work if we use kombucha. And I made a bracelet from kombucha. It was like so awesome to do that. And it was like biologically, it was really interesting how from kombucha that we can drink, we are
Yeah,
making a bracelet that we can wear. And
right.
this can really revolutionize the industry. We can make spacesuits from it. We can make watches. We can make bands. We can make like many things. And I'm looking forward to work on that too with Agata.
I had no idea that she was the queen of kombucha. I did not know that. I know she's a tough leader and she goes and designs by the rules and she's really fun, smart, clever. So congrats that you got to work with her. But congrats that you're getting started now because wow, when you graduate, you'll be running a company. Amazing.
Thank you so
That's
much.
amazing.
I'm really looking forward to it.
Oh, so your degree is in robotics. Is that something that you think you'll have a specialty in and help train people to understand how robotics and humans on analogs can work together?
Yes, of course. So robotics is the field that I chose like really precisely because I had 2 year a gap year and I was trying to understand what I want to do with my life because I didn't want to after high school to step into university and I wanted to understand who am I and what I want to do. And I understood that robotics is something that I always was trying to understand and was trying to do. I was trying to make my own games. I was trying to make my own Lego robots, and I was
Mm.
trying to do everything which was related to robotics, but I didn't have the proper knowledge, specification, and everything. And when I first found my major, I was like, I want to do that. I want to do that really bad because I have Arduino in my home, and I'm trying to do some small projects with that. I'm trying to dedicate some time for that. And I have this like cool vision of combining many industries together, like sub-industries together. Like we have STEM, but in STEM we have robotics, we have AI, we have
Mhm.
quantum computing, and I want to combine them all together. And because I already know what I want to do in the future, but I want to spoil it. So I want to combine that three industries together and make something revolutionary, which will change everything in space sector because
You have
yeah.
to tell us. You have to tell us your goal. You
Oh,
never know who's listening. There could be a CEO listening who wants to help inspire you or hire you. Where do you want to land?
if you're listening to me, let's have a meeting and I will tell you.
Right? Right?
Yeah, but this is the concept now. I won't tell more, but maybe in the future, in 2 years, I'll tell more. But right now, I'm just telling that I'm working on a project. I'm establishing a project which will combine together robotics, AI, and quantum computing. And
This is
it will be like a
exciting.
bomb. Yeah.
This is exciting. Okay, so you'll have to come back on the show and share that with us. If not, so that I can work for you.
I would love to. It would be like really
Yes.
amazing after 2 years coming back and telling about my new achievements. It will be like, it will be so cool.
Yes, yes. And this is exactly what analogs do. They inspire you and they match your industry or your field work or your research focus with, how we'll do it in space in the future. And analogs give the other companies ideas on how that can all play out too. Or we get to play and break things, or we get to study and
Yeah.
fail, or we get to examine things at a more easier opportunity. It's easier to access. We can get there, we can test it. Testing in space is expensive, it's difficult, and it's limited. So when we get to do it in our analogs, we get to share that with so many other people that take it and in turn make it into something or showcase the results or just enhance what we're trying to do in space with eventually living, working, and becoming an off planet species. So, when I asked also if you would ever go to space, you said,
I would love to.
yes.
Of course, of course. I don't think that there is someone, a space enthusiast, engineer, or someone who is related to space and doesn't want to go to space. It will be like a lie. And of course, I want to do
Uh-huh.
like real missions, like not only analog missions, but also space missions in the future. But let's see. Let's see if there will be opportunities because right now I'm really excited that commercial missions are like going ahead and there was a commercial spacewalk. I was, oh my God, what's that? It was like really inspiring and exciting that space is becoming more accessible and it's super cool. Hope one day I will have that access as well. And I'm really, you're really right that analog missions are giving us the access to space, like more than like real space missions, because we are for one experiment we can send someone to space and it will cost us billions of dollars. But for analog missions, it's like simulated environment, especially if the simulation is good. We can do
Mhm.
the same research with like cheaper and we will gain the same data obviously. So if there will be like great simulation, if the temperature will be right, if the humidity will be right, and everything we can examine how humans are interacting with each other, or how stressful it is for analog astronauts. Because for me, it was not that stressful. It was like okay, but for example, from my crewmates, one of my crewmates was like really anxious. She was like always trying to check the phone. Also, we didn't have access to outside world. Like we didn't have access to internet, like social media and everything. We couldn't talk to our loved ones,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
and yeah, it was like really impacting to one of our team members because she had a baby and she was missing her. Yeah, and yeah, I was feeling that. So yeah.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to be isolated. It's hard to be away. It's good to be with the team that supports you. And you're amazing, Hannah. It's so great what you're doing. You're tying in your education with robotics, your love for space, your first experience as our Armenian analog astronaut, which is so phenomenal. So I know we're going to hear more from you. Where can people find you and learn more about you and your work?
Oh, that's a really good question. Because I have LinkedIn and I'm trying to be as active as possible on LinkedIn. I'm trying to share like important and informative stuff and also share my achievements, my events when I'm organizing one, or where they can find me. For example, if there is an event that I will attend. And yeah, they can connect me on LinkedIn and write me if they want to. I am really open for any suggestions, especially right now because I came back to Armenia and I have a small time to, chat with others and have some meetings. I already have my calendar booked for almost every day because everyone wanted to
Wow.
have a meeting with me, and it's really awesome. I'm looking forward to have like really impactful conversations with people and try to collaborate.
This is fantastic. And I can see why. You are just a shining beacon. It is wonderful to meet you. I'm excited for you. I'm excited for what's next for you. But now you're going to have to come on the show and share with us your big news as soon as you have it. Deal?
Yeah, we have a deal, I promise.
Okay. But you've got to graduate first. You got some stuff you got to do
Yeah.
first, right? Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Okay. And then if you ever do get back or can come, we'll love to have you at the Analog Astronaut conference. We would be honored to meet you. So maybe we can do it remote where we can dial in with you and talk to you and say hi, and you can meet us from there.
Oh, that would be awesome. Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you so much.
that would save quite a ticket on a flight, right? But still.
Yeah, yeah. And let's see if there will be an opportunity for me to come to US and see the analog mission and analog conference in person, because I am really looking forward to also join to Hawaii mission. And
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
another
High
spoiler.
seas. High seas.
Yeah.
You'll love it. You'll love it. Well, congratulations again, Hannah. Thank you for joining us today on the show. Everyone's going to find you on LinkedIn, and then we're going to have you back with all your big news.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for hosting me. It was like really great conversation and you're awesome. I was following this podcast. I'm listening to your podcast like almost every day. Yeah, when I'm going to work, I'm on taxi, I'm just listening to your podcast instead of music.
Oh, that is so kind. Thank you so much. Well, we're going to have to keep in touch because I would love to learn more about all the things on your side of the world and how space is becoming something that everyone can access. And you're leading the way. Thank you.
Thank you so much.